Right, I'm gonna share my screen now. Okay, share my screen or Windows. So I'm gonna just share a whole screen. There you go. All right. It works? Can you see it okay? So you can see it, right?
Yes, sir, we see it.
Great.
I see it.
Okay. All right. All right. So anyway, so I'm at it's not really front page, course homepage right here. And then I need to be in student view. Okay, I am. And in terms of announcements, that's a important section here. You see the list of announcements. So let's see all the announcements. I think we have plenty of announcement already. So this is the time order. They're starting from January 12th, kind of a welcome notes from, that's me, right? So that's the first one at the bottom. Then how to access the ebook. I think initially we were not enrolled in ebook program, whatever they call. And it's not completely free, but it's kind of built into your tuition, I believe. But somehow it's cheaper than buying yourself. You know, I don't know how exactly it works, but that's what I heard. So that you can access to the ebook, right? So now I believe all of you have core text, what they call core text. That's the company name, core text ebook access. So that's how you're gonna get in there. Just click the link, whatever the email come from core text. Where's the other one? Right here. So that, you know, you go this core text and you need to reset the password and so forth, just like any other, you know, access first time. So that's how you're gonna access your ebook. Then what else we have it here? Okay, looks like we have some questions or some comments. All right. All right. So that's the ebook. Let me just zoom in a little bit. There you go. Just textbook and other requirements. So we're going to use the Office products. So we're going to need Office 2021 or higher. So do we have a higher version than 2021? Yes, kind of we have. Oh, that's what they call Office 365. That's full version of 365. So that particular version basically update quite often compared to 2021, which is the desktop version. It really doesn't matter which one you get as long as it's 2021 or Office 365 full version. So the reason they call it full version is there's a kind of, it's not full version there. That's what they call web version or internet version or online version. I don't know what they call now, but somehow Microsoft call it different way. But make sure your Office Excel is a full version, okay? Online version is free, of course, meaning anybody can get that online version, but this 365 full version, even though it's free for you, but you gotta be a student so that you can access to GSW website to download, for example. So make sure it is full version, either 365 or Office 2021. So what's the difference? I mean, what's the matter with that? And this web version or internet version may not have full features like a 2021 or 365 version has. So sometimes a little bit different interface in terms of tabs or the menus, toolbar, what they call. So that's why you need to use this 2021 or 365. Okay. And I think we have another link somewhere. So I'm going to go up again. So attendance quiz, we passed that last week. Introduction. Okay, insert your name into the header of the worksheets. All right, I think it's not appear in the module 1, which is the chapter 1. Insert your name in the header. Okay, that's kind of simple feature on a built-in to every time you submit your Excel. Okay, so for example, here we go. I'm going to just use this as example. Okay. All right, so I have a worksheet here. So let's say this is your assignment to submit. Okay, so you need to insert your name in the header. So to get into the header, right here says page layout. Right, we have normal view, page layout view, and page break view. 3 different views. Right by the zooms, zoom in and out. Okay, so I'm going to click page layout so that I can get into the header. Right here, extra space at the top. But it's not viewable when you're in normal view. Right? So there's no header here. Okay, so it only viewable when you're in page layout, so that you can enter your name in the header. So it's okay. You just put your name in the left, middle, right, doesn't matter. Just put in your name either way. Okay. But you need to put your name in the header. Okay. Then you come back to normal view. Then you move on to next step or whatever you need to work on. So that's the first step you need to every time you create your worksheets. Okay. So that's what it means by insert your name into the header. Then another item there says, I think it's about what is full version or not. So this is how you're going to check your Office, what kind of Office you have, whether it is 365, 2021, or it could be 2019, or whatever different. So you sign in to the Office, meaning Microsoft account. So how are you going to find out your Office version? That's the link. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to go to File in either Word, Excel, whatever those Office product, File, and you're going to see the account at the bottom, right here. Then it'll give you product information. Right? It's kind of small. I think it's small for you to see, but it says Microsoft product information for your account. So you have access to particular application, what kind of edition you have, what kind of versions you have. You have 365 Office, actually right here, 365 apps for enterprise, which is the full version of Office product, 365. Excuse me. Okay, so that's how you're going to check what kind of Office product you have. And also you have your account information. Since you're in GSW account, that's how you're going to see your account right here. Okay. So that's what I mean by how to check your Office products. Let's see what other items here. Okay, this is information about Excel certification exam. Okay, since we are doing Excel most of contents, so I think it's good idea take the certification exam, which is official, right? So of course it's not free. I think it's $99, almost $100. But there are two levels. Okay, lower level, they're what they call associate level, and upper level is expert level. Okay, so we are aiming for expert level. I believe anybody in this course can pass associate level, even though you didn't take it, right? So this idea is, I want you to take associate level exam, but ideally you want to take, you want to get expert level, which is upper level, okay? And why would you care about it? Well, since we are doing Excel, and also in the workplaces, we use Excel, Word, all Office product every day, right? Even though we have a, just new guy on the blog, which is AI, but we're still using Excel a lot, every day, virtually. So if you get a certification in Excel, I think you'll be stand out, and they recognize you as Excel experts. And they'll give you all the certification and all that. And also you can put it in your resume, and I believe it's going to help you a lot. So that's the reason we are doing Excel certification, okay? And last semester we have, I think we have at least 6 or 7 people attempted and 4 people passed. So 4 people passed from the single section. We have a multiple section, but single section we have 4 people passed, and 1 out of them actually passed the expert level, which is pretty good. And I think she worked hard and she passed the expert level, and she really enjoyed it, and she was very proud of what she achieved. And actually I think this is a great thing. Anybody taking these courses can try and pass it. Okay, so that's what we try to do here, and some details: how to start, how to register, how to prepare, and pretty much in this document. Okay, of course there are more details, but kind of give you an idea how you're going to go through that process. So that's why we have it here, Microsoft. They call it Microsoft Office Specialist in Excel. Okay. All right. So I hope many of you try this and get those certifications. Then we have items like a due date. So I'm kind of give you a reminder. So what are the dues for this week? So today we have meeting, and assignment 1 is due January 23rd. Then quiz 1 is due 24th, for example. Okay, so that you know what's going to happen in this week. Okay, so that's how you're going to use this assignment section. Okay. Then where are all those assignments and all that? Announcement section, right? Where are all those assignment and quizzes? That's under assessments. Okay. If you click assessment, you have assignments, quizzes, and it'll give you grades, those details. You can go directly, or you can go to content. Then from content, you have modules starting from module 1, module 2, and all the way down. Okay, so each module has some different items. Basically introduce what you need to do in this module, then introduce the textbook. So what you need to do from the textbook doesn't mean that's assignment. It's just give you idea what you need to do. Then here you have assignments and quizzes that you need to submit. Okay, so assignment, we click assignment 1, for example, give you direction. This will give you direction how to get to textbook. Okay, so assignment details are in the textbook. For example, step number 1, so you go to page 1-62, then you find case problem 1, then you're going to use data file right here in the attachment, which is ex1-2. So you go to core text, the ebook, then you follow the direction, then it'll give you all the direction what you need to do in terms of case problem 1. Okay. Then once you complete all those steps, then save the Excel, then you're going to submit the Excel file to this area, which is assignment 1, by clicking upload, then click whatever the Excel, open, and click submit. Once submission is complete, it'll give you confirmation saying that successfully submitted. All right, so that's how you're going to submit your assignment. Then quiz. So for example, quiz 1 is going to taking place 24th. So you're going to click start quiz. It will be, let's take a look what we have here. Well, it doesn't give you what exactly you're going to have, but you're going to have a multiple choice questions. On how many, depending on the quiz, but usually 10 to 15 questions of multiple choice. Okay. However, you have 2 attempts for each quiz. Okay. So even though you missed or you kind of didn't make it in time, then you take a second time. So whichever you get high. Oops. Okay. Got it. All right. So that's how you're going to take the quiz. Then we have some week, for example. In terms of link, I didn't make all the link because we have a discussion. So discussions are not really linked to a particular module. So you can just go to discussions and complete those discussions before the due date. For example, first discussion, the due 31st, and second discussion, due date is February 20th, and third March, and last one is April 11th. Okay, so that's where the discussion is located. Okay. And what else? We don't have any other group project. We don't have any term project. Okay, so it's pretty much straightforward. Okay, assignment, quizzes, discussions. Now, of course, we have a project, what I call, but it's not really term project or any kind of group project. It's just, I call it project because it's not from the textbook. Okay, so it's more like assignments. Okay, so that's what I have in GoView. Hopefully help you navigate and completing assignment and quizzes. And in terms of module 1, so at this time I'm going to show you what we have covered in module 1, in textbook. And this comes from the campus section, okay? So on campus section, we go over module 1 just like this, which is exactly the same as our online section, okay? So module 1, kind of summary of module 1, we talk about how to start, how to open, and how to use commands, Excel commands. It's pretty much same as our other Office product, using keyboard, like Control-C, Control-V, copy and paste, and how to save, Control-S, undo, redo, and F1, there's the help. So it's just simple, keystroke that you can use in Office product. Then you also go through how to navigate in a workbook, okay? Workbook means the file, Excel file, okay? How to create file, how to rename, how to name, how to move files, how to deleting tabs. That's, I think, something to do with Excel tab, the Sheets tab, okay? And same thing in a worksheets. For example, well, this file, we don't have that many. For example, we have like hundreds of those lines, then how to get to the bottom quickly, there's a control N, okay? Assuming like you have 1,000 line, then you want to scroll quite a bit, like it's going to take us maybe 10, 15 seconds or so, then you just quickly use the keyboard's control and then it'll move to the bottom, for example. So that's some tricks that we covered in the right here in the step 4. Then how to select cell range, how to select non-adjacent ranges, meaning non-adjacent, meaning that here, when you select column C and column D, that's pretty straightforward, right? You can just highlight C and D, but you're going to select column C and E, which is skipping column D, then what you're going to do is just press Control and hold so that you can select columns C and E, just skipping column D, for example, right? So those are the things that we covered in this step as well. Then how to enter different data, which is text, dates, number, and so forth, okay? Specifically, we talk about how to enter number. I think I should open up new file, okay? Give me 1 second. Actual Excel stuff. Where's my Excel? Okay, there you go. So here's the example. Especially since column B here is a date, so this is what I mean by data type. Okay, you have all kinds of different data type: general, number, currency, counting, dates, percent, all the way to text. You have even more format if you click more number formats, so that you can work with different categories. Okay. So that's what we play with pretty much here. And right here is the number group right here on the home tab. Okay. Then step 5, resizing column and rows. For example, your column C, for example, column C is too small, let's say. Let's try this. Column B, we'll make it really small so that you have all those garbages, right? So that means your column size is too small. All you do is just expand your column size or double click so that it'll fit into cell size automatically. Okay. Column size adjustment. Or row height. Okay. Same thing. Or if you want to be very specific in terms of size, so you can click the particular column. Then if you right click over it, over column A, then you have a column width, right? So I think it's a little bit too small for you to see it, but it says column width. So in the box, you can type in column width in terms of number, like a 20. Then you can have a really, wide column. So depending on how you want to, if you want to be really specific number. Usually we just adjust it manually, just like that, right? So that's the playing with columns and rows. Of course, there's some other details we went through, but that's basically what we have covered. Then we went through a few more steps in terms of class exercise by practice new functions. So new function in module 1, new functions in module 1 are sum, that's the finding total, and count. So two functions appeared in module 1. Of course, there are other functions we can do, but that's appear in the textbook. Okay, so the sum function is pretty straightforward to find the total, and count is basically counting number of items. So that's why we went over with this class exercise. Then afterwards, it's your turn to do the assignment. So you go to assignment. Oops, this is a little different. This is the campus course, so that's why it's a little different. Assignment, then you do the assignment 1, just like I explained with those data file for case problem 1 and case problem 2. At the same time, you have to look up the textbook. All right. So that's kind of summarize module 1, at the same time, some important information you need to know. So anybody has any questions at all?
I have a question. It's about the assignment. So let me see. So when doing the assignments for the homework, for the cell formatting, is it okay if you like change ones? Like, for example, in the first one, you had to create a total fuel purchased column, and by default, it is general format, but like, could you change it to be like number or currency? Is that okay?
Which column did you say? Currency?
You create the total fuel purchase column and then calculate like gallons times price per gallon.
Right. Well, if there's nothing about format, you can just leave it as it is. Okay. So
okay, I was just making sure.
Right. If the step says, change the format, you do so. If it didn't say anything about it, just leave it whatever it is. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. So what he's asking is, I don't know which step is in the step, ask you to create a new column right after price price per gallon, I believe. Okay, so that you, what's the column name again? Cost.
I think it's total fuel
Right,
purchase.
total fuel purchase. Okay. Right, so what you're going to do is you just multiply, right? So that's what it's asking, whether just leave it as it is or whether we're going to put dollar sign. Okay. But either way is fine, you know. Either ways you're good. If you just feel like you know insert currency, that's fine. Okay. Or if you just leave it as it is, that's fine too. Because the step didn't say anything about it, right?
Yes, correct.
All right. Yeah. All right. Good question. All right. Anybody else? Questions?
Got a quick question about the associate level certification.
Yes, sir.
At what point in this class do you think we'd be ready to take that exam?
Well, let's see. As long as we are done with module 7, 6, 7. So it's about middle of April. I think you should be able to do it in terms of what we have done. And some students take a little bit earlier, that's fine too, but in April, you should be able to do it.
Okay. And that's for the associate level. What about the higher level?
Higher level, I think you want to be ready earlier so that you can go through more functions. Basically, the expert level, which is higher level, requires to learn more functions, like more calculations and functions. So it takes a little bit more time. So you need to prepare, you know, beyond, not as much, but, you know, some level you need to go beyond a little bit of textbooks. So it takes more time to prepare.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, sure. And again, advantage of, you know, passing those exams, or you get the credits for one of those tests. So the lowest score you made on the test will be replaced by 100% credit if you pass the associate level. Then if you pass expert level, then automatically you get A from this course. So. All right. Any other questions? Let's take a look what kind of question we might have in the chat. Yeah, I know. You know, when we share the screen, it's not really clear, you know, view you're gonna see, because I'm actually zoom in quite a bit. This is as much as I can zoom in. Even though it's zoom in, I don't think it's good. You know, it's kind of hard to see in some cases. So it's not perfect, but hopefully you can follow what I'm trying to say. Then at the same time, I'm going to record, so you can, if you want to just look closely, then you can watch the video once I post a video later on. For example, assignment questions. So many of those assignment questions, I'm going to just post it with a video so that you can take a look at those videos and you can follow those steps. All right. Any other questions, comments? Exams. There's a question about exams. Well, since we're going to use the ProctorU, I know many of you are not really excited about proctoring, but that's the policy. But anyway, the exams will be just hands-on. There's no multiple choices or anything like that. All hands-on, meaning that you work on Excel, then you complete whatever those tabs, then you submit it to your Excel file. Proctor exams, we have 3 times, okay? 3 ProctorU exams. All right. Anybody else? Questions, comments? Okay, so then it's going to be next week again. So same time, 8 p.m. Wednesday. And hopefully many of you can join. And at the same time, if you need to ask me any questions or if you're kind of stuck, just don't hesitate. Okay, don't just trying to find out yourself long hours. Just give me an email or just chat, whatever, so that I can help you. All right. So I'll see you next time.